need to pray and ask God to provide. They prayed and asked the Lord to provide. And the next morning, there were groceries on their doorstep. We need to have a perspective that God does on money. It's interesting because I think about money in this way. Like, I didn't come from a wealthy home to start. So I remember this is a story that has always been kind of like etched in my mind. There were times where our family prayed for things that we needed and God provided because we didn't have the money for it.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to be in that place where you're so dependent on the Lord to provide for your daily needs. And my grandma, this is a great story just of when you're in a place of even that material need, how the Lord provides. She was trying to make it, and she was always very frugal and very disciplined, diligent. They had a used car business and she had a real estate license, trying to provide for the family. My grandpa was in and out of the ability to provide at times and how he chose to spend his money. And so my grandma, being the godly woman that she was, there was a time where they only had, it was like a canning jar of rice on the table, and it was a decoration. When it came down to it, she was going to try to feed her 2 kids and herself. She said that night, she sat my dad down and his sister and just said, we need to pray and ask God to provide. They prayed and asked the Lord to provide. And the next morning, there were groceries on their doorstep. And they didn't know where they came from, but God provided for that need. An incredible picture of just how he does hear our prayers.